I believe they did overstep the boundaries. I believe that their job is the budgetary. But when you're talking about them becoming a ninth curator, we've gone too far. And that's how I feel about the whole thing. I don't think they should have. I think if you get the right leader, they're going to take care of it. That's what they're for. And the legislature should stand back and let them do their job. And that's a good question, and not ever serving on something like that. That's a lot of thought has to be put into that. But as a taxpayer, I'm just going to say driving I-70, and I do drive it very often. I have clients all over the state. And there's been so many near accidents, and it's dangerous, and we have to do something. We're getting to the point we have to do something. And I'm in favor of a tax, unless someone can come up with a better idea, and I'd be more than happy to sit and get the people involved, the taxpayers, and say, give us some ideas. Let's get something going, because it can't keep going like it is. It's just too dangerous. First off, I do support what the governor did, what just happened when he vetoed the gun amendment, what he was talking about. And first and foremost, I want everyone to know I do respect the Second Amendment. I had family I have hunters, and I've even shot a .22 now and then again as a squirrel. There's got to be, working in the health profession like I do, you have to think about those that aren't protected. You have to put yourself in that place. You might know everything about a gun and going around, but those innocent people don't. So you have to be held totally accountable for the gun if you have the gun out, and if something happens, it should come back to you just as well as whatever event occurred. If they have if they've been trained, if they have the certificate to do so, I'm okay with it. I don't have a problem with that. But just having everybody conceal weapons, I think we're asking for trouble. That's just dangerous, and I'm not for that. It's a good question. First off, I like what Representative Rowden had started, but I think it ought to be like 2 years before they're able to lobby. And as the other things that was going with ethics, like the money being given in campaigns, and that's wrong. That's wrong when you can give such a large amount. I don't know how fairness can be gotten there. And when money has been received and when they leave, it ought to be like it used to be, where money was given back to the campaign from which they had received it, to another candidate, back to the Democratic or Republican Party, but not to keep it yourself. That's just wrong. As a health professional working in Medicaid, and I've been doing it for almost 8 years, and as president of the Missouri Association of Public Administrators, I was that from 2014 till just recently in 2016. One of the things I did is took a poll of the 114 counties with our public administrators, and 89% said absolutely not, I do not support it. And that kind of took me back, because here we are, health professionals, we want everything for our clients, for people out there without insurance. We know how tough it is. And yet they would say no, because we don't know enough about it, and we don't want to jeopardize what's already there. My idea of expansion is something when it gets larger. You've already got it taken care of, and you're going to expand. That is not what Medicaid is. Medicaid lost things, and it hasn't replaced them. The thing that Representative Engler, when the bill that we were involved with the Missouri Association of Public Administrators, 1565, it had to do with the expansion of benefits. That was back in the 80s. They had $999.99 for single people to live off of that. And if they got $1 above it, they lost their benefits. Engler fixed it, along with all of us that was going and negotiating, fixed it so that now it's expanded to $2,000, and for couples it's $4,000. Excellent idea to go back and look at those statutes, look at Medicaid, and enhance those that's there, and put back on what's there. Now, when you're talking about $300,000 adding that, let's be honest. The legislature that is down there right now is not going to let us probably talk about it for a while. It's just not going to happen. So we still have 300,000 people uninsured. Let's think outside the box. In my opinion, of course, I am for insurance for every human being out there. I am. But we got to look at what's before us. Medicaid's not being listened to. They're not paying any attention to us. So let's think outside the box and find something for them so they're insured and it makes everybody happy. That's an interesting question, and I am not an authority on that. I can tell you that in what I do work with, we have the Missouri Property Tax Credit, and that's been a lifesaver for us. I don't know how it's affected the budget for Missouri. Of course, luckily, Missouri has to have a balanced budget. But I do know that tax credit alone has helped my clients live, the low-income people live. We've been able to go to a dentist, and we've been able to go get a haircut or even clothing that we couldn't get.